Commentary on Revelation 13, verse 110. Revelation 13 opens with a vivid symbolic vision that continues the unfolding of covenantal transition and judgment already set in motion in the preceding chapter. The imagery is not intended to describe distant future global events, but rather to unveil the nature of power, persecution, and authority as it existed within the first century world during the climactic end of the Old Covenant order. Verses 1 to 2. The beast from the sea. The beast rising out of the sea evokes imagery rooted in the prophetic tradition, especially in Daniel's visions, where kingdoms arise from chaotic waters. The sea represents the restless, turbulent mass of nations. This beast, composed of features resembling a leopard, bear, and lion, is a composite of prior empires, Babylon, Medo-Persia, and Greece, culminating in a final expression of dominion. This final form represents the imperial power that dominated the world of that time. Its authority is described as coming from the dragon, indicating that the persecuting power behind this system is adversarial to God's people. Yet this authority is permitted, not ultimate. It operates within divine sovereignty. Verse 3. The mortal wound healed. The wounded head that appears to recover reflects a continuity of oppressive power despite apparent setbacks. Historically, this corresponds to the resilience of imperial authority, particularly in the transition of rulers or crises that did not ultimately dismantle the system. The amazement of the world indicates the persuasive and intimidating nature of this power structure. It inspires allegiance not merely through force, but through awe and dependency. Verse 4. Worship of the beast. Worship here is not merely religious ritual, but allegiance and submission. To worship the beast is to align oneself with the authority and values of that system. The rhetorical question, who is like the beast, echoes language reserved for God, showing a counterfeit sovereignty. This reveals the central issue, misplaced truth. The beast demands what belongs to God alone, yet its authority is derivative and temporary. Verses 5 to 6. Blasphemous authority. The beast is granted a mouth speaking arrogant and blasphemous words, continuing for a limited period, symbolized by 42 months. This time frame aligns with the period of tribulation leading up to the destruction of Jerusalem. Blasphemy here includes not only direct insults against God, but also the usurpation of divine prerogatives. The system elevates itself as ultimate, denying the reality of God's dwelling among his people. Verse 7. War against the saints. The beast is permitted to make war with the saints and to overcome them. This is not a statement of ultimate defeat, but of temporal suffering. The language reflects the intense persecution experienced by believers during that period. Yet even in this, the permission granted to the beast underscores that its actions are not outside divine control. The suffering of the saints is part of a larger redemptive unfolding. Verse 8. Those who dwell on the earth. Those who worship the beast are described as those whose names are not written in the book of life. This contrast highlights two communities, one aligned with the earthly system and the other belonging to the Lamb. The foundation of the world points to a completed redemptive purpose. The Lamb's work is not reactive, it is central and determinative. Verse 9. A call to hear. This brief exhortation serves as a pause, calling for discernment. The message requires spiritual perception, not merely surface-level observation. Verse 10. Captivity and endurance. The principle stated here reflects a reversal. Those who lead into captivity will themselves be taken captive. This echoes prophetic justice. What is sown is reaped. For the saints, this moment calls for endurance and faithfulness. Not resistance through force, but steadfast trust in the unfolding of God's purposes. Summary insight. Revelation 13, 1-10 portrays a system of power that opposes God and persecutes his people, yet operates within strict divine limits. Its authority is temporary, its claims are counterfeit, and its end is certain. The passage reveals that the conflict is not merely political or social, but covenantal, marking the passing away of one order and the full emergence of another. The victory of the Lamb is not in question. What unfolds here is the exposure and dismantling of a system that could not endure in the presence of that victory.